you. God is in control. Let the whole world know. Releasing prophecy and watch the spirit flow. You got the power, the victory. Fulfill your purpose, your destiny. Come learn to love and walk in light. At GPL, we love to follow Christ. Living the prophetic life. Living the prophetic life. Living the prophetic life. Global prophetic life.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight?
Hey,
I am Mac, PIT Mac,
and I'm Prophet Andrea.
and we are the Roberts. So tonight, guys, let me just start off by saying it was a wonderful, wonderful service today. Apostle Juan, hats off as usual. Your scripture today, Ecclesiastes 11, 1 through 6. I just want to reread it to reiterate it. And I'm going to read it from the Message. You read it from the Message, and that's what stuck out the most for me. It says, be generous. Invest in acts of charity. Charity yields high returns. Don't hoard your goods. Spread them around. Be a blessing to others. This could be your last night. Verse 3, when the clouds are full of water, it rains. When the wind blows a tree down, it lies where it falls. Don't sit there watching the wind. Do your own work. Don't stare at the clouds. Get on with your life. Verse 5 says, just as you'll never understand the mysteries of life forming in a pregnant woman, so show you'll never understand the mystery at work the mystery at work and all that God does. Verse 6, go to work in the morning and stick to it until evening without watching the clock. You never know from moment to moment how your work will turn out in the end. Man, don't watch the clock. Woo! How many of y'all be at work and watch the clock and just be ready to go? That's a sidewalk. Sorry. Anyway, my first point from today's sermon: do not compare yourself to others. Do what the Lord has called you to do. How many times like we sit and look at someone and compare yourself? Well, she doing this or he doing that, and here Apostles just reiterating to us that hey, flow how God has created you to flow. Do what God has created you to do, because on every team you're needed. Everybody can't do the same thing. You know, everybody has a different assignment. So do what God has made you to be great in. Also, what type of planners are you? And she said, some planners are pushers, some planners are proclaimers, some planners are prophesiers. Everyone has a part to play. Man, I know for me, I'm a pusher, right? I'm a pusher. God has ordained me to push, and I can push the best of them. So, wife, what stood out to you the most today?
I mean, the series in general build to me is just a powerful series for the season and the time that we're in. Today, though, if I would take away like one main focus or one main point, it's that teamwork or that dream work is in the teamwork. Apostle gave out so many different nuggets, and today you really saw her break down the importance of people playing in their position. I know you're a guy, you like sports and all that, right? So I know when it comes to teams or whatever, everybody has a position. I don't know, a running back, a linebacker, whatever. And that's football, right? And but each person has a point to play or a position within pushing forth and building a vision. And the one thing that I felt was so important that Apostle said is even her as the visionary, as a leader, she is still looking for other leaders to come alongside her and help run the vision. You know, a lot of times as leaders, you can find maybe someone being afraid for someone else to come alongside them on
Mm-hmm.
their vision because they're afraid that someone would take away from them or take away. But Apostle, you know, even her prayer today, her prayer was so powerful. You know, she prayed that, you know, God would send, you know, those people that are coming to help run the vision.
Right.
You know, it's not just you, the visionary. Um, you
And
know,
I'm the star, and that's it.
there you go.
No, she's given an opportunity and making way that we all can do what the Lord has called us to do.
Mhm.
I Not everyone can stand boldly and allow people to operate in their purpose.
Right.
So, you know, with that being said, I mean, we got to get to GPL. I can't wait to get to Jacksonville. We're sitting up here in this cold New York weather,
It's
and it's
freezing today.
freezing, and it's just like reiterating, like now, you know.
And that's
But
no offense to those who are called to build in freezing climates, because I'm a native New York. I've been in New York for 39 years. So, hey, you know, people still got to build in the cold, but we are looking forward to the Florida sun,
yes,
you
Lord.
know.
Yes, one other thing she said about planners, she talked about proclaimers, and she said proclaimers ignite the blueprint. They get on your nerves. They set them fires. They get on your nerves. Like you tell them the vision, and they're gonna remind you. They're gonna speak that thing to pass. They're gonna run with it. They're gonna look at that blueprint and say, all right, you know what? I am skilled in ushering, and
Mm-hmm.
I am going to come up with all the ideas for the greeting.
That's
And
right.
you know, it's just not being afraid to, you know, be who God has called you to be. And that proclaimer is going to look at that blueprint and say, you know what, this person is skilled over here, this one is skilled over there, and they're going to put things in motion, and they're going to just get on your nerves and say, hey, you know, you said you said.
Right.
And yeah.
Yeah. And I even like the story that Apostle shared about her building her business in the marketplace, and how she knew that it was important that even as a business owner, the importance of having a prophet in your life, an intercessor in your
Mm.
life, a seer in your life. And that's something that Apostle teaches those who she covers and who she mentors, the importance of having those people involved in not just those who are called to ministry as in like a church, but those who are called to operate in business. She shared how she had a prophet, an intercessor who was called to pray for her business, he fasted, he prayed, he was able to shed insight to what he believed he saw the Lord doing concerning her business. So listen, if you are one who the Lord is calling to be a Noah in this season, you are going to need for sure to make sure that you have that prophet, that seer in your life who can really cover you and cover it is what you're doing, but give you some insight when you feel like you said, even that person may be a pusher to you, but nonetheless, it is so important that we have those people connected. And I'm looking at some of the comments here. Good evening, PIT Kalia. It's great to see you on. She says, come on, I got one praise. She got one too. That's
Listen
right. We
here.
need those intercessors to push forth those prophets to see. Because even though we're prophetic people, obviously this is global prophetic life, right? We believe in having the prophetic manifest itself in all areas of your life. But even in with you being prophetic yourself, come on, we can't see behind our head, right? But somebody else can say what they see.
But this was the good part in that story that popped out to me was this person wasn't just doing this. She put this person on payroll. She put this person on payroll. She got him room and board for his family.
Mm-hmm.
She made sure all of his things were covered so he could function and do the will of the Lord, and everybody won.
Right.
Like that is what stuck out to me like the most. It's like, you know, like how many times like we can be a part of something and they just say God don't bless you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that this gives a person a little bit more of incentive to go above and beyond.
Yes.
She even said that person prophesied 7 days and 7 nights in the
her place.
business
That's right.
because she made that a priority.
Yes.
She looked at what she had in her business. She said, you know what? Boom, 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 boom. If I take care of his room and board, take care of his family, if I take care of all of that, he's going to take care of everything that I need. And that's how the Bible and how God created things to work. So in this season and in this hour, I think that's how we're going to win. We're going to win by doing and allowing people to function in their purpose, allowing people to function as that intercessor, allowing people to function as that worship leader, allowing people to function as that security, as that that pastor, executive pastor, that whatever you fit in the vision, that dancer, that worshiper, that flagger, wherever you fit into the vision, the Lord is calling his people to come into alignment.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Celeste, good evening, good afternoon. She says that she took care of his needs so that he could meet hers. And that's absolutely, like the old folks say, one hand washes the other, right? But not only that, think about how out of the box that is, right? Like she said, this was, I think, 18, 20 years ago.
This was 20 years ago.
So that's out of the box. I am sure, if she would have let people in on the insight that the Lord had given her, people would have said she's crazy. Oh, you praying, you paying somebody to pay for you, ain't prayer free.
Right.
Ain't, you putting somebody up and, so this is why when it comes down to you building, you have to know what God is telling you to do.
Know what God is telling you to do, and don't worry about what he's telling someone else to do. You do what God is telling you to do. That's the comparison. You do what what God is telling you to do, and everything is going to be all right, and it's going to function and flow how God created it to do. So another thing, she says you got to be an answer. Like are you an answer? I have to answer and have the tools to do what I'm assigned to do. Like all of us are coming to the team and we are assembling. Apostle is calling in all the hands and calling in all the builders, the planners, the workers, the laborers, because we are a great people, and it's time for the Lord to do something marvelous in this hour. It's just time, and all I can say is, hey, get on board. Don't worry about what Sister JoJo and Brother Ray doing. You focus on you and yours and do what God has created you to do and be who God has called you to be.
And even begin to think about, like she said, she's calling in those virtual people too. A lot of times, some people will say, oh, I live in Missouri or I live in Arizona, but I always find that I'm dreaming about Apostle Dewan, or I'm dreaming about this church, or dreaming about this vision. I've never met her personally, but I feel, like I'm getting insight, or I'm having dreams about this person that I never met. Let me just say to you that I might suppose to you that you may supposed to be connected as a partner. Not all partners that are connected to GPL will actually physically live in that Orange Park, live in Florida, live in Jacksonville. There are people that we have that are connected to the vision that are across the world, in South Africa, in Asia, or in the Philippines, or different states, right? So even us as believers, we have to begin to think outside the box. How is the Lord calling me to connect to this vision? If you find that you're watching every Sunday, you like waiting to see, all right, I'm going to see this post, I'm going to see this series, I'm going to see this business course, you feel that drawing, it could be that you are supposed to take that next level and help build the vision. But if you stay in your mind that you have to be in that conventional way, oh, well, I'm not there, so it must not be me. You're going to block yourself and hinder from things that God even wants you to do in today's society, in the way that, our world is,
So again, don't worry about Sister JoJo and Brother Ray. Right. If you feeling that tug, you feeling that pull, do what God is telling you to do. So you can be who God is calling you to be, right? Who you are destined to be. Because at the end of the day, we are all winning. We are all fulfilling God's vision, and we are making this world a better place. So, hey, listen, y'all get on board.
Amen. Amen. I see PIT Kalia says, I want to be a partner. I know that's right. All the way in New York, but you feel the need to connect to something that's thousands of miles away from
Come
you.
on.
You can't be afraid to connect because of distance. Like, for example, I was on a phone conversation with someone today, and they said, "Oh, did you go to church?" And they go, "Oh no, I forgot. You don't go to church. You do the online thingy." And they weren't trying to be dismissive at all. Like, they were legitimately speaking because when people go to church, they physically go to a building, right? Right now, our church home is digital. So while we may not go to a physical church currently because we're thousands of miles away, we have a responsibility and an obligation to be in front of our computer or our phone at 3:30 p.m. Because this is the vision that we're connected to, and we're right now building that virtual portion of the vision, right? So you can't be so caught up in those conventional ways. So
Listen, when you want to do something, you figure out ways to do it, and you don't let anything block or hinder you. You could easily allow that to rub you away, but because you ain't worried about Sister JoJo and Brother Ray Ray, it didn't matter. You were able to shrug that off and keep it moving. So listen, guys, if you guys want to connect to the vision, reach out to where can they reach out to if they want to be a part of the team and be a part of this great vision?
well, I will say this. If you are watching this video live or on the replay, just like Kalia, we saw she put there, I want to partner, comment in the comment section and say, I want to partner. Or better yet, you can even direct message the GPL's website if you're on, I mean, not website, the Facebook page, right? Like if you're on Facebook or if you're on Apostle Dewan's page, comment and DM and say, hey, I want to be a partner of GPL, or comment right on this video and say, I want to be a partner. And of course, we'll let you know what all that truly, really means. But nonetheless, if you feel that pulling and that drawing, I'm going to challenge you to definitely connect with us here at GPL.
Listen, guys, thank you for joining and watching us. We are the Roberts. We have brought you your recap on this afternoon. Listen, if you are the answer and you have the tools, reach out. Reach
I
out.
agree.
Reach out. Reach out.
Reach out. Because the Lord will reach out to you. He'll even start giving it to you. Like, I can't get away from the dreams thing. But if it's up in your dreams, it's probably because you're definitely supposed to be connected. So thanks for tuning in with us. We will be back on first Sunday? First and third.
First
Today's
and
the third.
third.
That's right. So we'll be back
First
with
Sunday.
a recap on first Sunday of next month. So we look forward to once again recapping with you guys in a few weeks. Take care and be blessed.
Be blessed.
Bye.
Later.
Come to GPL, let God speak to you.